So welcome back to another bloody good vaping. So today I'm going to be taking a look at one of my most eagerly anticipated mods ever. I mean, I've been waiting for this son of a bitch for a good while now, and that is the Chiyu Megan 318, which is this stunning piece of kit in my hands right now. Now, we all know what a Chiyu is by Mojo. The original Chiyu was the modular device and one of the first sort of highly sought after high-end collectible devices, and a great device as that. And this is sort of Mojo's answer to the 26650 craze that is sort of hitting everywhere at the moment. There's some nice little trivia around the name Chiyu. Chiyu is basically was a mythical sort of king, or the leader of the Nine Li tribe. He was meant to be a sort of a fierce warrior. He had sort of 4 eyes on a bronze head with 6 arms, all wielding weapons, and I believe he was sort of like known as the tyrant who went up against the Yellow Emperor, and is considered a very fierce king by the Heilong clan, I believe. I hope I got all that right. So that's sort of like a really nice bit of trivia about the Chiyu. So if you ever wondered sort of what this engraving was on the front, that is basically the face of the great warrior king Chiyu, and that's exactly what it says on the graving on the back, as it did on the original Chiyu. It basically says Chiyu, the great warrior king, in Korean writing on the back here in this sort of nice deep engraving. Now, it's a stunning mod with a really nice button, a really nice switch on this, which is kind of nice and refreshing for these 26650s that are coming out. You know, some of the switches are a bit heavy-handed, a bit clunky. This has that sort of really nice mechanical mod switch that we're all used to, and really nice and easy to fire with a pinky. Just take a quick vape now. Really nice. I've currently got the Hellfire UFO dripper on the top here. That's kind of why it looks a bit like a detonator for a bomb. What's also really cool about this mod as well is you get 2 different top caps with it. You get the 30mm flat top cap, as you will with most 26650 mods, and you also get this 22 tapered top cap as well to fit your 22mm mods at ease or under, so they give that nice clean look. It's made of solid stainless steel with brass accents, the brass top caps, and sort of like a brass ring inside here by the switch with a brass button. Has a reverse locking ring, and it's a really nice brass as well. I don't know sort of what brass it is, whether it's naval brass or admiralty brass or what, but it has a really nice sort of golden look to it. The engravings are really stunningly deep as well, and I'll show you a bit more of them in the close-up. So yeah, rather than waffle on at the beginning here now, let's go straight down to the table and have a look at the Chiyu Megan 318 up close, and come back and give you a bloody good vaping. So here you have your Chiyu Megan 318, this very classy looking 26650 from the mod maker Mojo. This is 30mm in diameter, made of full stainless steel, and it has a brass top cap and brass switch as well, which also gives it that really nice sort of brass accent at the bottom there. Now, this is a mirror polished finish. As you can see, it absolutely shines like nobody's business, but I have seen a lot of people brushing them, and it also looks really stunning when brushed as well. These have very deep logos and engravings inside them as well. The Chiyu logo, or the face of Chiyu, is very heavily engraved, so you won't have to worry about that coming off through any polishing. On the bottom here you also have Dong H as well, which I believe is Mojo's real name. The switch itself has very nice engraving as well. Once again, you have that face of GU logo, and you also have Style of Mojo written above it and Megan 318 below it. And you can see it has that sort of two-tone brass as well, the sort of more shined brass for the actual logos and engravings, and then this sort of darker brass inside as well to give it that very nice two-tone look. On the back you'll find more engravings. You'll find the usual Chi Yu Korean writing there, which says Chi Yu, the Great Warrior King. And on this version, you'll see that it has the engraving style of Hemo and a serial number on the bottom, because this was bought through Hemo on a group buy. Now, you do actually get 2 top caps with the Chi Yu Megan 318. This one here is the actual tapered 22mm, so your 22mm or underneath Atties fit nice and flush and give it that nice sort of streamlined look. But you're also given a flat 30mm top cap as well, in case you're using any bigger devices or your Atties are above 22mm. The switch itself does have reverse locking as well. You have a reverse locking ring there. But your button sits flush with your mod, so you can stand up without firing. It's just given that extra option to lock it if you carry it around in your pocket. Taking out the switch, you'll see you have your holes cut in for venting all the way around the switch. And once again, with a brass connection for your switch. Now, to remove this, to have a look inside for cleaning, you just simply take that off, unscrew it like so, remove your switch, you'll find your spring and also the inside to give it a good cleaning. I'll put this back together. Job done. Now, the top cap itself, you do have an adjustable pin here, also adjustable Delrin piece. Let's take out the adjustment. Oh, I've just dropped my spring. There we go. Tiny little spring that you get with this. So be very careful if you're planning to go to low ohms with this. I've heard some reports of the spring collapsing. It almost works identical to GP PAPS X 1.5G pin, whereas you have that sort of spring-loaded pin inside there. So if you did want to go to really low ohms and you do have a GP PAPS X15, I suggest putting that pin inside here. It's a much stronger pin itself as well, and less prone to collapsing. But yeah, that's it. Unlike the GP PAPS X 1.5 though, it doesn't screw in, it just sits on top like so. So be very careful when taking it apart or giving it a clean that it doesn't all ping off and you lose a piece. But you'll find exactly the same pin in both top caps as well. So let's put this back together. Really nice threading, looks absolutely stunning. And that's the Chi Yu Megan 318. So there you saw the Chi Yu Megan 318 up close, and it really is a classy and very beautiful looking mod, which is actually really refreshing, because a lot of people have been complaining over the 26650s that they're sort of too big, they're too bulky, they're too ugly. This really is sort of one of the most prettiest ones I've seen to date. Its form factor is absolutely stunning as well. You know, the button on it is really nice and really easy to push as well. I think you've got about a sort of a 0.5mm throw on it. Really nice and easy to push with that pinky if need be. The reverse locking ring works great. It really is nice. It really is. I'm really sort of happy with it. It's not a huge 26650 as well. It is actually quite nice, and it is smaller than my Mutant as well, which is a bonus. There's also something really nice about the Chi Yu Megan, is actually he's named this after his daughter. Mojo has named it after his daughter, and I believe as well that is what the 318 is. I've heard reports as well that's sort of like the birth date of his daughter, whether it's sort of like the 18th of March, which would make quite sense, a lot of sense, being the Megan 318. Now, there's not a lot of information to go on about the Megan. I mean, Mojo kept it pretty much under wraps, obviously to avoid that dreaded clone factor that, you know, being as Mojo's Chi Yu is one of the first sort of high-end mods that was cloned. So, you know, the 318, some have speculated that it is actually made of a grade 318 stainless steel, but there's been more reports of it actually being the birthday of his daughter, which I think's really nice, actually naming a mod after your firstborn, which is great. You can imagine that when they're older, you know, having a mod named after them. They'll probably think, what the fuck, Dad, do you know what I mean? That was crazy. But yeah, I mean, going back to the mods, you know, it's an absolutely stunning piece. And I mean, if you was a Chi-Yu fan, this is definitely one to own. It is absolutely stunning. I mean, I proper do love this mod, you know. Even though it is a 26650, it still feels good enough to sort of carry about with you if you wanted to, you know what I mean, especially with sort of, say, that UFO Hellfire Dripper on the top. I mean, it's really sort of small and compact and really nice and really cool in the hand. Now, as you saw in the close-up, this is a fingerprint magnet. It is absolutely shined to the hill. I mean, you can see your face in it clearly. There has been a lot of people brushing these as well, and that also looks really nice. I mean, I'm in two minds. I do like the brush look. I think it looks absolutely stunning with the brush look, but then the shine on it is so gorgeous. I know it's a pain in the arse, and I know you're sort of constantly rubbing it on your shirt or giving it a polish and all stuff like that, but it is such a nice shine finish on it. It really does make it look like a very expensive and classy piece. But for those of you who can't handle the fingerprints on it, those of you with that OCD of constantly taking time out to give it a shine, I've seen the brushwork on these. It is really nice looking when it's brushed, pretty simple to use, simple to do as well if you're into that sort of thing and you do like brushing your mods and that. You know, it really does suit it well. The engravings on it are out of this world. They're so deep and beautiful. You know, you're not going to have a problem with them fading when you're giving it a shine or anything. They really are done well. The engravings on the back as well, you're used to seeing that Korean writing if you're a Chi-Yu fan or if you own one. That's really nice and heavily engraved as well. And also, you know, on this particular one, I do have Style of Hemo written in the back there, engraved in the back with a serial number. If you're going to buy these, say, from Vapist or from P-Vapor or something like that, you won't be getting a serial number or this engraving at the top. It would just be the Korean writing, Chi-Yu, the Great Warrior King, on the back there. And also on the front, you get your sort of Chi-Yu face, and then on the bottom, you have H Dong or Dong H. Yeah, Dong. A bit of girth on your dong, which is, I think, is Mojo's real name as it goes. These retail, or they did retail, 185 to 190 pounds, but I think they are on special offer at the moment on Vapist, where you can actually pick these up now for 165 pounds. Yes, it's a bit of money. It's a lot of money, but if you're familiar with Mojo and Chi-Yu, then you know these are not the cheapest mods on the market, but they do scream quality. It does scream quality. You know, it's got everything you sort of need. And if you're into the 26650s and you haven't seen one pretty enough yet, this definitely is probably the prettiest one I've seen, and definitely the prettiest one I own out there at the moment. So yeah, I mean, that's the Chi-Yu Megan 318, a really stunning, classy, well designed and well built with a fabulous switch on it as well. It's just beautiful. For me, well worth the wait. So thank you very much for watching this review, and I will see you on the next one. Stay safe.